All right, shalom, shalom.
So
All right, give us 1 second to check the feed, make sure we're good. All right, good. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
The brothers from GMS Carolinas, GMS Charlotte, GMS Raleigh, coming back with another Lord willing and edifying lesson to feed the elect of the nation of Israel. And before we get started with this lesson, we want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in all truth and sincerity. To you, we say shalom.
Shalom.
All right. So pretty much in this lesson, we wanted to, just touch on some things that we thought, stood out in the spirit of, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. So dealing with, the Chinese New Year, all right, coming into what they coin, every year is the animals that they use to pretty much, signify the significance of each year. So coming into 2025, we see through the spirit that they had, coined 2025 as the year of the snake. Now, when you go into, the pretty much the symbolism of everything that the Lord is putting out, we thought that was quite ironic for this year particularly to be named the year of the snake, because when we look at how Apostle Har, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, coined 2025 as the hopeful year of deliverance and the destruction of Esau Edom. All right, that coincides perfectly with what we're seeing, all right, being done in the world, man, because it's high level parallels that you can look at when you actually look into these things that we want to go into today. All right, so brothers, had anything before we put the video on real quick?
Now you got it, brother.
All right, Con. So let us play this really quick.
"2025 is the year of the snake in Chinese astrology, just like 1917 was the year of the snake when America entered World War I. Or 1929 was the year of the snake when the Great Depression happened due to the crash on Wall Street. Or 1941 was the year of the snake when it was the attack on Pearl Harbor. Or 1965 was the year of the snake. That's when Bloody Sunday happened, Malcolm X unaliving, and the escalation of the Vietnam War. Or more recently, 2001 was the year of the snake. Guess what happened in 2001? 9/11. And also, 2025 is the year of 9. How 2 + 2 + 5, 9. 9 means completion in numerology, or the lifting of a veil. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Also, what's been going on in the world currently? Look what happened on Bourbon Street during New Year's. Look at these mysterious wildfires in California. Tornadoes in January where it don't even really be tornadoes at. I say all this to say this. I am no theorist. I just need for things to make sense. And when it's not making sense, it's something else. And this video is not for everybody. I'm just talking to my people. But anyway, peace.
Now, while this was brought to the attention of the brotherhood, I thought this was spiritual, because look what's going on since the beginning of 2025, man. All right, the serpent has been active. The serpent being the so-called white man, and as we're going to get into, all right, we want to bring these parallels and compare it to what's going on right now, man, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, as it says in Job 33:14, all right, the Most High speaketh once, yet twice, not once, but twice, but man perceiveth not. Hey, us as being the watchmen of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, we're constantly, matter of fact, get Habakkuk 2 real quick. All right, we're constantly, looking to see what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is saying. So the fact that the moment 2025 comes in, and then we see the Chinese New Year, and it confirms that this might be the year that Esau Edom implements this new world order system. Hey, we see that the serpent is showing himself, man. And y'all brothers got anything to add? Go ahead too.
Okay, real quick. It's Sirach 5, and 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. So this information isn't coming out for no reason, man. Right? These parallels aren't lining up for no reason. We're seeing these things, being put in place so that as we're getting Habakkuk, as we're watching, right, we can connect the dots through the spirit, man. Right? And we can show you where this devil, right, has played his hand in the past, right? And see how these things are foreboding in the future, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. God, I got the Habakkuk for you, bro.
You got it, bro.
This is Habakkuk or Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to say and will watch to see what he will say unto me and
Mm-hmm.
what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Right. So us being the watchmen of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, we are supposed to be, looking at what's going on in the world, looking at what's going on in prophecy, what has happened in history, and all be able to bring these things together, all right, to give you the spiritual forecast of what's going on, all right, to warn the elect, man. Okay, because I think I had echo. Hold on real quick. Let me lower this. Um, so as I said, we were supposed to be on our watchtower and looking to see what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is saying. So the fact that this was brought to the attention of the prophets of look at the prior years that the year of the snake has took place, and this is no coincidence that every time the year of the snake has came in, within the last, they said the 19th to 20th century, really dealing with the 20th century, it's been terrible events that have took place. Like she mentioned, World War One, 9/11, the Great Depression, and so on, man. These things are things to take note of, man. Like you said, be not ignorant of anything small or great, because these different things were significant parts that played in history leading up until where we are today, man. So what you're seeing in 2025 taking place with Trump being in the presidency, Elon Musk and all these technocrats in his cabinet, they are setting the stage to bring forth this technocracy that we've been warning you about, the prophecy in Revelation, the 13th chapter, which we'll touch on, in a few. But these things are all proponents what's leading up to this system being implemented today, man. Okay,
Can I get a scripture out?
you got it.
This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not." And the Lord has made Esau bare by us. Esau, Edom. They basically are just playing the same games over and over again. Every throughout history, when you're tracking this man, his brother going into, he always comes up with something diabolical during this time of the year of the snake. So we as the watchmen are here to give our people warning, that you should be seeking Yahweh Shema Shai, repenting to the Lord, because heavy judgment, is going to start pouring out here in these last days as Esau Edom, is willing to use you people as collateral damage to bring it his NWO. And I got that year of the snake just real quick. Just this is snake symbolism, and this is the AI overview. It says snakes have complex symbolisms that include rebirth, fertility, healing, and evil. And with the rebirth, this their NWO, they're trying to bring it to life. It said healing, and they said we're gonna make America great again.
Mhm.
With all the intent of really bringing evil to the world, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, since you said that, grab Revelation 20. We'll go ahead and touch on that just to show you that snake that we're speaking of is actually talking about Esau Edom, man. You know,
Yeah.
It's Revelation 20 and verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and
Right.
bound.
He laid hold on that serpent. All right. And to show you who this serpent is, it said that old serpent. All right. Go to Genesis the third chapter real quick.
Okay.
Just to precept that, just to prove to you that old serpent is the same serpent that we're gonna go into in Genesis the third chapter.
Okay. I got that. This is Genesis 3 and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh made.
And when you look up that word serpent in the Lashwan Kodash, it goes back to the word Nakash, which means a witch, a diviner, And so this wasn't an actual animal serpent. It was a person, all right, a surreptitious person, man. Because a snake is very a very shrewd animal, man. A
Yeah.
creature, So this witch, all right, is the same nation of witches that we see today. Okay, because when you look at the so-called white man, all right, one of his main swords is witchcraft. Dealing with his media, dealing with his his governmental policies, dealing with his money. Everything about this man is all entrenched with witchcraft, man. So this shows you this that old serpent that we're reading about in Revelation 20 chapter. I was like, you was gonna say something?
Yeah, but I went to look up what I was gonna say, but I was wrong, so I didn't say it. But
Okay.
that word subtle means sly,
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about something else, but yeah, just sly, trickery. He was very deceptive, and that's what Esau Edom is here to bring, deception, with his technology that he's received on the left hand, these many miracles, to really, he's going to usher in a new world that people were actually going to beg for, just as they did during the time of Egypt.
Exactly. So this is why we have to be watchful of every move that this man is doing, everything that's being done in the spirit of the Lord. This is why us as the watchmen, all right, are letting these things be brought to the forefront. We can't allow no thing concerning Esau, all right, go under the rug, man. All right. So the fact that Moab, coined this year the year of the snake, the point you made about them being Hebrews was a good point. We talked about it off camera. If you want to say that real quick.
The brother calling the Wolf?
One of y'all said something about them being Chinese being the Hebrews as well. So like they very I forget how you worded it, but pretty much they know certain things as far as the culture of what we do because they take after us.
Okay, that might have been because
Might have been, I can't remember. Either way, but either way, it shows you that look, everything happens through the spirit, man. Nothing happens by coincidence. No irony. None of that's all the spirit of the Lord. All right.
Right. Hey, if I may add to you, priest, it's like that's why it's like Esau, right? He's Jacob's brother, right? So
Yeah.
he's well versed, and just like Esau now has accomplished a diligent search, right? They've damn near mastered the left hand. So this is what we're seeing take place.
Okay. I got a precept backing up, but this is Psalms 83 and verse 5. It says they have consulted together. I'm sorry, verse 4. It says they have said, "Come."
No, start at 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna start at 3. I'm gonna start at 3. 3. Yeah, I might as well start at 1. Slakia.
Yeah, go
Slakia.
ahead.
I didn't want to take up too many of the scriptures, but
That's all good.
I'll start at
Y'all
1.
meat off the bone.
This is Psalms 83 and 1. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh." If I may add, and this is why we're constantly in the spirit of doing lessons, praying to Yahweh by Shema Shai, because we see what's coming down the pipeline. We see how evil this man's agenda really is, and we're asking the Lord to keep not silence, to show his power in there. How is the Most High known? Through the judgments which he executeth. So we're asking the Lord to show, to show yourself through your power, through your judgment, and to stop this man in his tracks.
That's right.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, which is like an uproar, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head, right? Our enemies have lifted up themselves against us, not understanding that we're the chosen nation, right? Well,
Exactly.
even with that understanding, right, still have the audacity to try to change the plans of Yahweh Shema Shai by coming in with their NWO.
Mm-hmm.
But verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, they have consulted against thy hidden ones, right? So the nations, like as we see Moab, right? So they're in on those think tanks.
Yep.
They're in on, okay, this is, they've been planning this. What they said, the Illuminati was created in 1776.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been coming with these plans and having these 30-year think tanks, where they come together and they give each other turns to do certain things, right? With
If
their
I can add
witches
to
and
that,
warlocks. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I was just gonna add, people talk about the conspiracies, right? That word conspiracy going into con, meaning with, inspire, going into the same spirit, right? So
Mm.
they're all coming in the same mindset, the same ideology, the same end goals is what they're reaching for, man.
Right. And if I could add to that definition of conspiracy, according to the dictionary, it talks about, conspiracy is when two or more just come together to do an evil act. And
Mm-hmm.
like you said, all these nations are confederate with one another to bring in this new world order. All right. Just because you see, in the news, Xi Jinping, all right, is partnering with Vladimir Putin to pretty much help bring the downfall of America. They're all confederate with one another because you have what they call the young leaders. I think it was either young leaders or young global leaders, to where all these presidents and these people in positions of power, they're all groomed to be in that position, man. Klaus Schwab talked about that. So all these people are puppets, man. Just because you see the outside circus going on, we see behind the curtain, man. We know what's really going on.
Yeah, there's two more verses.
Mm-hmm.
Psalms 83 and 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And that's the whole point. They want to do away with the nation of Israel as a whole, because they understand that if we are allowed to get back in good graces with Yahweh Shem Yahushai and get the kingdom of heaven, that means that all of the nations are going into slavery under us, man, and they don't want that.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Verse 5, they have said, they have consulted together with one consent, one mind.
Yep.
They are confederate against thee.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
confederate against thee, because what all these nations are trying to do, just like in the time of Nimrod, they're trying to bring together a new age Tower of Babel. All right, that's what the new world order is just a new age Tower of Babel, man. Where when you read in Genesis, I believe it's the 6th chapter or the 10th chapter, I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, the Tower of Babel is when they say all was one nation. All right, so what's the new world order? Is one government, one currency, one world religion. It's all, so the nations want to be as one. All right, and that requires Israel being removed out the picture, man.
Yep. And we already see fascists of that, in society today.
Exactly, and Elon Musk has been a proponent of that as well.
Yeah. Speaking about Elon Musk, I got just a quick news article from Fortune.com. It says Elon Musk wants the U.S. Treasury to be on a blockchain. Just dealing with how so all these transactions can be tracked.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the article says that's a terrible idea. Take it from a big proponent of the technology. So I'm not gonna go all up into it, but we understand. They want everything trackable. They want to be able to track everything that you're doing because they want to be as the Most High, as the apostles and elders, elder bishops, and the leaders on down. We've been teaching this for years.
Right, and I want to add to you, because Elon Musk is being put up as this figurehead that's supposed to be opposing the new world order, but he's really showing himself to be part of it, because it's this picture I got from Elder Yashawamba, where you have the WEF talking about certain talking points like carbon tax, universal basic income, the jab, transhumanism, and one world government. I just want to focus on the UBI and the one world government part since you mentioned that. All right. So this is a tweet from the WEF. It says 4 reasons cities should embrace universal basic income, and they post the link. And then Elon Musk is put side by side. It says, as a reminder, I'm in favor of universal basic income. So pretty much what this picture is, I'll try to put it in the screen in a minute, but this picture is just showing that Elon Musk is for everything the WEF is for. So like this one that shows the one world government, and this is an article from Medium. It says in his talk at the WEF, Elon Musk discussed how society needs to work together to create some kind of world government. He stated that this would be necessary to address the challenges currently posed by climate change and artificial intelligence. And like you said, at these World Summit meetings, all right, you have countries like China, India, all these different countries are there except who? The Israelites. The so-called
Mhm.
there's no black representative, there's no so-called Mexican representative, there's no so-called Native American. It's everybody but the tribes, man. Why is that? You know,
God, I got a precept.
y'all got it.
This is First Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Because the reason why I'm bringing this out, because I watched a clip, of Elon actually saying how he was actually for it, in the sense of he said it's not going to be universal basic income, it's going to be universal high income, roughly quoting what he said, meaning there's going to be more abundance, everyone's going to win, you know so it's all deception. Scripture said what the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't trust your enemy. Scripture say what? Never trust your enemy. So we understand, where, all roads leads to the MOT to the B.
Exactly.
Now, how is it that, you have Project DeepSeek, which came from China, but you got Trump, on his debut of these executive orders saying that we have Chinese investors,
Yeah, Project was it
$500
Starlink?
billion.
Stargate or something? Is it Stargate or Starlink? One of them two. But
Stargate.
Stargate, yeah, because China is like one of the main investors in that. So showing you that they're in on it, man. So Moab knows what Moab. Why you think in the scriptures Moab is listed as one of the nations that the Lord is gonna fuck up besides Esau, man? Because Moab has done many things against Israel as well, man. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Did you finish that out?
Yeah, that was it on that.
The Psalm 83.
Psalms 83, that was done, and I just got done reading in First Thessalonians 5:3.
Okay, Khan. Go back to that First Thessalonians. I want to make a point on that since we said that, and then we're gonna go into the article with the snake.
Okay. This is First Thessalonians 5:3. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them,
Mm-hmm.
as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Now, when you're hearing Trump and Musk talk, what is the thing that they keep speaking of? They keep speaking of this term called the golden age.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're in America's golden age, right? Now, me and Ashiar, and I think your brother was on there as well. When we did that lesson going into America has been past this golden age, man. Their golden age was I want to say what in the 50s. I want to say somebody look that up real quick. I can't remember off the top of my head. Just type in Google when was America's golden age. But we're far past that because when you look at everything about America, the infrastructure, everything, this place is it's on a downward spiral. It's a downward trendy, man. So how could it be in a golden age when everything is literally, being destroyed as we speak, man?
It said the late 1870s to the late 1890s, and
Exactly.
also the 1950s was called the golden age. I believe Trump, when he was mentioning the golden age, he mentioned the 1800s as well. He said that's when we were the richest nation.
Now the scriptures talk about, her wound cannot be healed. All right. So what they're trying to do is bring back the glory of America. This is why when you heard Trump in his first run, they was talking about make America great, MAGA and all that. Now, going back to how this man is the serpent, when you really get into what the definition of MAGA really means, MAGA is the highest level of witchcraft when you go into, Satanism. Okay, that has been brought out to show you that Trump he's a high level witch. Elon Musk is a high level witch. Elon Musk is a small hat, man. All right, and as we always talk about, the small hats always find their ways into positions of power. So when you look at Trump's cabinet, his cabinet is full of technocrats. And who are the modern day technocrats today? They're the modern day Temans, the Temanites, man. All right, these are the modern day witches and warlocks, man. All right. So Trump has a cabinet full of witches, and when he's trying to dupe you into thinking that America is going to be able to bounce back, we know that that's far from the truth. Okay,
Right.
bro, is that something real quick?
Yeah.
If not, you bring that definition out for world age. But if you got something, go ahead first.
Just real quick, because I always make this point. This is a public record. Yes, Elon. I Google. Does Elon Musk have Asperger's? It says yes. Elon Musk has publicly stated that he has Asperger's syndrome. Basically, which is the autistic syndrome. The dude's autistic. He's literally not playing with a full deck of cards. Yet you want to trust him, as a leader of the free world. So according to Esau,
you glitching real bad. I don't know if that's on my end or not.
I'll re-say what I said. Basically Elon Musk, he has Asperger's, which is a form of Down syndrome.
Yeah, that makes sense because that nigga be looking crazy.
So basically,
you good now. It's clear now.
Okay, come on, throw out, bro. Just making the point, like you're trusting someone according to Esau Edom science is not all mentally there. But I got the definition of golden age for you. Just keep the information coming out. This is the term golden age refers to a time of prosperity and peace and achievement. It says in Greek mythology, the golden age was a time when people lived in a state of happiness, peace, and rest. And that's what they're.
Now,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I say, when you look at America now, are you seeing that? Are you seeing any peace? You seeing any happiness? When you looking at the state of the people today, Proverbs 29:2. All right, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. Everybody is in the state of mourning right now, man, and that lamentation is only getting worse. Okay, you're seeing nothing but videos of people crying about how life is too expensive, how there's no jobs out here, how rent is too high, how groceries are becoming expensive, gas is going up, World War III is on the horizon. People scared they're gonna get drafted. It's nothing but lamentations, mournings, and woes that's being sent out all throughout the internet, man. So how the hell could we be in the golden age when America is literally going down the damn toilet, man?
Con, you got it, bro.
Con, see ya. I'm gonna put this in the screen real quick. She's just dealing with the significance of this, because what we're going into with the year of the snake thing, these are just proving the fact that what old girl was saying wasn't just we just going off of that off face value. So
yeah, I was gonna say she mentioned the number 9. I had got that. I couldn't remember when you wanted to bring that part out.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So in numerology, it's just AI overview, right? The number 9 is a powerful number that represents completion, growth, and evolution. And that's what they're talking about. The AI evolution that's coming. Where it's going to be an advancement of technology. That's going to be basically a betterment for humankind. So instead of you going and doing XYZ on your job, you can just have AI do it. You can just stay home and rest, and everything's just going to be that much more in abundance.
And you can't be fooled by that because they're presenting AI in a way that seems like it's going to be beneficial for the world. But like when you watch, because it was I was watching El Yasawamba's news and prophecy video this morning, and Bill Gates was on, I think, Jimmy Fallon, one of them late night talk shows, and they was asking about the risk of AI, and like, as he was going into all the quote unquote benefits of what AI is going to be doing, I think it was Jimmy Fallon asked him, so like, so what about humans? Are humans going to be needed? And he was like, no, not for most things. And it was like, but we'll figure out, what we'll need them for. And when he said that, everybody started laughing. It was like that went over everybody's head. So he said humans aren't going to be needed for most of the things, of life, but he said we will figure out what to do with them. Like, who gave these devils the authority to figure out what they're gonna do with mankind when the Lord literally created the earth for mankind to dwell on, man? So it just shows you these devils are boasting in their pride, man, because this AI and technology seem like is for the good and the betterment of the people now. But you really think when this new world order is set up that you're going to be able to use the AI like they want you to? Because AI is being touted to make people like gods, but the only one that's really going to be like gods using this shit is the devil himself, man. You know.
Exactly.
Come on, you bros got it.
So this is off of newreportthisweek.com. It says 2025 is the Chinese New Year of the Snake. It says on January 29th, 2025, we welcome the Chinese New Year of the Snake, the oldest and most important festival celebrated by Asian people worldwide is the Spring Festival, known in the West as the Chinese New Year. The date is determined by the lunar solar calendar. Like the West, the East has a zodiac, but the Eastern system has a cycle of 12 years instead of months. Each year has its own particular animal, and the year of your birth determines your animal sign. It says many people are turned off by snakes, but in Chinese astrology, they are associated with wisdom and beauty, and that's what Esau is touting today. All right, the wisdom of this new order, this AI, the bringing forth a beautiful new world. This is the lies and trickery that he's trying to enchant you into believing that he's helping the earth come into. All right, but we know that really this is just a digital slavery, man. So like I said, you got to watch the serpent because we read earlier in Genesis, the third chapter. All right, he was more subtle than any beast of the field. He's more cunning, man. All right, so he'll get you real quick. I think in Psalms 55, his words were smoother than butter.
Come on, yeah.
And then also get that in Ezekiel 21 about that sword that's being furbished as well. We see what's on the horizon with what he's coming with, man. So we're not going to be taken by that. Because real quick, while y'all getting that, 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices, because we can see through the lens of truth and understand what this devil is really saying when he's saying these things, man. All right, it's not going to both beneficial for nobody but the elites, because while they're trying to make themselves God, they're trying to make everybody else slaves unto them, and not just any slave, a perpetual slave, because this AI is going to be the catalyst to bring in this MOTB, all right, which is going to turn make everybody a slave unto him forever, man. If he's allowed to fully, do this, okay.
Right. Hey, that's the whole point of this fourth industrial revolution, man. Right.
Exactly.
That technocracy that they're gonna push. Actually, if I could get this,
Mm-hmm.
this is Klaus Schwab's book, right? The Fourth Industrial Revolution. It's a quote. It reads, "The Fourth Industrial Revolution, however, is not only about smart and connected machines and systems. Its scope is much wider. Occurring simultaneously are waves of further breakthroughs in areas ranging from gene sequencing to nanotechnology, from renewables to quantum computing. It is fusion of these technologies and their interaction across the physical, digital, and biological domains that makes the fourth industrial revolution fundamentally different from previous revolutions."
That's right.
Right? So this is the culmination of this beast system, man. Right? Is that that technocracy that they're pushing forth to establish the MOTB, man.
Mm-hmm. And I got this from the brother Bayanah, Shalom Maki. That's everybody on the comment board. Um, Ezekiel 7:5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and evil and only evil, behold, is come, and end is come." It says, "And the end is come, the end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come." And that's what we're warning our people, man. Hey, the end of this wicked society is coming to an end, man. All right, and Esau Edom, as the scripture says in Job, the 20th chapter. All right, the Lord is going to allow him, but to get, but so far before he, pulls the rug from under him, man. So he's going to allow Esau to begin his kingdom. All right, he's gonna chip majority of the people of this world. All right, he's gonna genocide a lot of people out this world, man. All right, but at the end of the day, the elect is gonna be saved from all this, man. That's the main thing that he does not want to admit. So he's not really worried about the sheeple. Like the sheeple, they're gonna be led to the slaughter, like the scriptures say, man. So the main thing that he's trying to do is chip the elect, man. All right, y'all got it.
I got that Psalms 55, and then I got Psalms 55 for you. This is a Psalm 55, and verse 21. It says, "The words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords."
Right, and his smooth words. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, and those smooth words, man, is what's going to lead a lot of these people to their death, man, because they don't understand that Esau Edom is actually the wicked that the Bible speaks about. But see, they've been fooled by all this, witchcraft that he has put out in the world. Like the scriptures tell you, Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. So the fact that he's been able to call himself, white people, was that word white was psychological warfare upon the world, all right? Because now that he's called himself white, he's pure, he's angelic, he's the people of the scriptures. He would never do the world harm, all right? And he's the truth. He's the people of the Lord. You see them people over there in the land of Israel, all right? So when he saves these things, trying to push forth, peace and prosperity, like it says in 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, these people they run with it. They don't ever look into anything that this man says and does a deep dive on it, like how we do, because we know this devil speaks with a forked tongue, man. He has a thing what they call double speak. All right, well, he'll say one thing but mean something else, and that's exactly what this whole new world order has been, man.
Yep, I got a precept.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Psalms 34. I'm sorry, Psalms chapter 37, verse 14. It says, "The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation." Because you had basically, I was watching a recent video, brothers is going around, I've seen it, dealing how Elon was being asked, like, you're getting a lot of contractors, I believe the word that they use, based off, what you're doing, here in the White House, reforming, the government, and, he's basically saying, well, what do you mean? Like, we got the majority vote, we got the House and the Senate, we're giving the people what they want. And really, and it's all forwarding, as brothers are going into the MWO, right? And their MWO is all about cutting, us off as a nation. We who are in the front lines, really, we're in the, arena, at war, spiritual war. Right. Everyone else, the masses of the people, they're really on the sidelines, just they're in the stands. They don't know what the hell is going on. They don't know the script. We've been given the script of Yahweh Shema Shai, and we understand that this is the time where Esau Edom, right? As it's very spiritual. We're in the year of the serpent, right? Chinese New Year, right? We're in the time where the Lord is going to allow this man to bring in these draconian measures because he's the whooping stick of the Heavenly Father. But he's not going to be able to prosper against the Lord's elect.
I got a quick one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this is Romans chapter 3, verse 13. It says, their throat is an open sepulchre. With their tongues they have used deceit. The poison of asp is under their lips,
You
whose
said that.
mouth. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah. So that was Book of Romans 3.
Yep.
Kind of. So they use, the tongue, the words of his mouth, being, full of deception. Apostle Ramlov, that quote, he said, "Oh, what a, when you lie,
Tangle web
lie
we
and deceive."
weave.
Go ahead, say it again.
It's
Mm-hmm.
what a tangle web we weave when at first we practice to deceive.
So really, he's, and a lot of people have, been caught in that tangle net, but we've
Mm-hmm.
been given, the wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shai to really see through it.
Right.
So we're not ignorant of this man's plans, and we're planning too, getting our spirits right, praying to Yahweh Shema Shai, going on fast. We got the Passover coming up,
Right.
and where we're looking to the for the Lord to pass over when He sends the destroyer, because Esau Edom, in his right is a destroyer. He is the God of this world.
Mm-hmm.
So he has power. He has nuclear capability and stuff. But the Lord is going. We have the blood of the Lamb upon our doorposts. We don't do these lessons for, Jake to be all scared and be trembling. No, we're just bringing out the news. We're measuring the times. This is the hopeful year of, our deliverance and Esau Edom's destruction. We understand that the Most High is going to lift up a standard against this man, and he's only going to be able to go so far. We're doing these
Exactly.
lessons so you Jakes can get right and realize what time we're in. That's the whole purpose of doing these lessons. You got it,
Right.
brother.
Because to add to you, because if you're looking at what this man is doing through a carnal eye, you would see like, yo, there's no way that we're gonna be able to, win out of this. Like, it's just like, man, we all just gonna die. That's the sentiment of the world. This man is gonna enslave everybody. Everybody's gonna get chipped, and we all gonna be slaves and die. But the Spirit of the Lord has gave us insight through the prophets to let us know that, look, the Lord is in control of this man. Esau Edom can't do anything other than what the Lord allowed him to do. So this is why we're able to decipher through that forked tongue that he's speaking with, and we're not pierced, by that poison that he's giving to people, because these people are being pricked more and more each day, man. All right, because these people really think that this world is changing for the better when it's really is getting worse, man. I want to read this in the NLT though. It says Romans 3 and 13 in the NLT. Their talk is foul, like the stench from an open grave. Their tongues are filled with lies. Snake venom drips from their lips. Because another thing I want to speak on just real quick, dealing with that golden age, because when you go into, the golden age, really dealing with Esau Edom trying to bring in a new age of enlightenment. All right, because when you go into you mentioned that rebirth earlier, which we gotta go back to Revelation 20, Lord willing, but that Revelation 20 speaks about how Esau Edom was able to pretty much, come back out of that, that confused state and rebrand himself to bring deceit throughout the world. So when you're dealing with the Renaissance era, they were able to pretty much spread that deceit through things such as the Age of Enlightenment. When you're looking at where science was used as the new way of thinking, that pretty much, downplayed the importance of the scriptures, man. All right. So as it says, their tongue is filled with lies, snake venom drips from their lips. So it's just like I got the title, man. Hey, watch out for that serpent, because hey, the year of the snake, the serpent is speaking loud and clear. Okay. Verse 14 back in the King James, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness, their feet are swift to shed blood, destruction and misery are in their ways, and the way of peace have they not known. Because everything about what this man is doing, all right, like you said, it's in no benefit for you tribes out here, man, because their whole thing is wanting to get rid of the nation of Israel. That's it. All right, you Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you are public enemy number one, whether you know you're an Israelite or not. Because just the fact that you are an Israelite, it's a problem to the New World Order, because they understand All right, the risk of letting the Israelite continue to live because they know that the Lord has the power to tap into them. This is why they have spent billions upon billions of dollars trying to pretty much keep you from coming back unto the Lord. And what you're seeing now with this new world order system being set up, if they're creating the world to where the Most High no longer exists, they're God now. This is why they're going with AI, because AI is going to be the governance of what is being said. Because the brother Kazakba sent me something earlier, dealing with the AI, because he says somebody had went on there and asked it something dealing with what was it called, deep search or whatever, deep seek,
Deep sea.
deep seek, and I forgot what they wrote in the prompt, but they was pretty much, they came up with, they said deep seek was dealing with AI. I said AI is the result of people trying to find the way without God, in so many words, because we know that this AI is demons. All right. And what did Elon Musk say dealing with the AI? He said, we're about to unleash the demons. We're about to pretty much, open Pandora's box, man, because he has been on record multiple times saying that when this AI continues to grow like this, it's going to become too powerful and they're going to lose control,
Mm-hmm. I
So
got a
this
script.
is how we're seeing that. Go ahead.
This is
Oh,
Matthew.
one more verse, Salaki.
Oh,
Verse
no.
18. It says, there is no fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua before their eyes. And this is why we're seeing this world become more godless and demonic by the second, man. Because these devils are the devil of the Bible that it speaks of, man. But you got it.
Yeah. This is Matthew 24:24. For there shall arise false Amashiachs and false prophets, and show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Mm-hmm.
Because just dealing with this technology, we understand eventually it's going to get to where you can't operate in society without, the micro chip inside of you, being partakers of the system. But before that, what Esau Edom is doing with these technological advancements, such as, allowing the blind to see, and the deaf to hear, even with people who may be missing a limb, and now you have a leg that you can walk. Well, he's trying to take away the penalties of sin, meaning,
Man.
he's trying to say, well, he's the Son of Man that, has the power to take away sin, to forgive sin pretty much, and, that's a great wonder in the earth, if that's why no matter what kind of, CHIP you put inside of you, there's a judgment for that.
Right. I got a precept for you real quick, since you said that.
Mm-hmm.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 9 in the NLT. It says, this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them. And the Most High will cause them to be greatly deceived, and they will believe these lies.
Yeah, because it's either you believe the truth or you accept the lies that Esau Edom is feeding you. That this new age of enlightenment that he's bringing is better than the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai that, is promised to the nation of Israel. So he's been given, this counterfeit power. It actually doesn't heal you. Even with, Esau, and this isn't medical advice, right? Even with Esau Edom's, so-called, say pharmakia, with his pharmakia, he'll give you a pill, and it'll just shut off the nerves that, signal that you're feeling bad. So same thing with the micro C-hip. This man, is a physician of no value. If this man says it's for your betterment, you can't trust him.
Prime example. Look what he did to Eve. He told Eve that you shall not surely die, and what happened? We died.
And we never finished
Hey,
that. Let me get that, because we never finished that Genesis 3.
Kai, go ahead.
This is Genesis 3:1. It says, I'm gonna read from the top and just read on through.
Mm-hmm.
Genesis 3:1. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, right, the beasts of the field being the nations,
Mm-hmm.
which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have and he said unto the woman, Yea, have Yahweh said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said
Right.
unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, but the Most High knoweth that in that day ye eat thereof, your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. You
Right. So
know?
just using the edification for that, that tree that he was speaking of was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. All right, because
Mm-hmm.
during that time, all right, we only knew the knowledge of good. We didn't know evil at that point. So when the serpent went to Eve, all right, he introduced her to these different these different philosophies of the other nations. All right, so it's like you will become gods, which he wasn't lying all the way, but the fact that he said you shall not surely die, that eventually turned out to be a lie, because we as a nation, because by that point we were known as the sons of God, because back then there was three classifications of men. There were the sons of God, all right, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked. All right. So the chosen lineage, all right, we had the law, statute, commandments already, in us orally. All right, we was passing that down orally. So we didn't know the knowledge of wickedness. So when Satan came to Eve with that, she took it hook, line, and sinker. And that's the same thing that Esau's doing again in this time, man. All right. You shall not surely die. If you take that chip, you're not going to die. You're actually going to be a God. You're going to be able to live forever. And you can upload your consciousness into the cloud. All right. Hey, if you like you said, you have limbs missing, we can give you the ability to walk again. You can play with your kids with both your arms and legs. You can see if you were blind. He's all these pseudo miracles, man. All right, that's how he's gonna get a lot of these people, man, because they don't believe in the truth. They don't believe that the Lord has the ability to heal you, man.
Yeah, and there was some like scandal. They're using they were using this dude Yeezy again. With his with his agenda, which were interesting times. But basically, somebody it was they found out that you are not a Jew, right? The Ish people, the Jewish people, basically used AI to basically create a shirt and celebrities was wearing, and they just and it's so
Oh
funny
wow.
that celebrities was wearing that whole deep seek what was it called where they take their specs, but basically they used AI to use Scarlett Johansson in another comedian, another celebrity, where they were wearing these shirts,
Oh,
that
deep fake.
yeah, deep fake. They were wearing these shirts, that basically saying F, the small hats, and she was offended, that she was used. So basically, they show you in that Resident Evil game where the reason why they allowed AI to be used, like DeepSeek and Chat GTP, was really for a reason of why they need to regulate everything.
Yeah, that and to collect information.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all this what we're talking about. This is all going into the year of the snake, because this, like I said, this is the year that's associated with wisdom and beauty, and what they're touting is a better society that's going to be made beautiful with artificial intelligence, man. You
Yeah.
know.
And these people are gonna cry for it. Yeah, she was upset. Yeah, we do need some type of regulations. Like this shouldn't be allowed to happen. So they're getting ready. They're the digital ID. All
Yep.
these things.
Yep.
Mhm.
Cause that's the way they're gonna regulate, man. But I want to get this real quick before we go back. Just reading this out. It says, many people are turned off by snakes, but in Chinese astrology, they are associated with wisdom and beauty. They are considered refined, cunning, suspicious, intuitive, sensual, self-contained, elegant, and good with business and financial matters. And is that not how the so-called white man is touted in today's society? All these attributes they'll try to associate with themselves, right? So it says predictions for the year of the snake are possible threats of the T word. You see it right here. It says, with financial institutions and our economy at risk, the Great Depression and U.S. involvement in World War One. It says World War Two, but it meant war. It's really World War One. Took place in the year of snake in 1928, and then I
Yeah.
have over here. Oh, go ahead, out.
No, because I believe it was both because when
Okay.
she mentioned in 1917, I believe it was the year. That's when the U.S. entered World War One was already going on, but that's when the U.S.
Okay.
entered the war.
Con.
You know,
Salaki.
and really with these golden ages and Esau Edom accumulating all of this wealth, all they do is just rob their own people, and then they use their resources, their wealth that they rob from the people, because that whole stock market, there billions upon now if $1 billion back then is $1 trillion today easily with inflation. All that money, they just used it to build up their war chests. And years later, what, World War II happened.
Right.
So they're doing nothing now but just a transfer of wealth to try to make war against the people and try to forward their agenda. They've already turned everyone into a battery. Like they show you
Exactly.
Matrix.
Yep.
That's why it's called human resources. And
Yeah.
king's greatest resources are the people. So as long as they can keep the people, distracted with bread and circus, and because you had what it said the T attacks, right? What did you have
Mhm.
at the beginning of the year? I believe it was in New Orleans.
Yep. Yep.
So many things has happened. As doing that quote, it's been going around the brotherhood. You're having decades happen in weeks. Times
Yeah.
are he's coming that same energy. As soon as Operation Warp Speed. You got it, brother.
Yes. Polycrisis, man. Because like you summed up every year that these that's mentioned right here was one of something that you just summed up, whether it was a T attack, financial, something financial, or it was war. The Great Depression, 9/11, World War One, World War Two, the housing market crash, Pearl Harbor, all events that just coincidentally, right, quote unquote, happened in the year of the snake, man. You
Yeah,
know,
I
so
believe.
these,
No, I believe Bonnie and Clyde was during the Great Depression, and they were praised, for standing up. So, hey, we come into those times where shit, we might have people are gonna be doing things like that, bro.
yeah, yeah. So this is why we understand that. Look, we have to be on our watch to look out for these things because the Spirit of the Lord is indeed speaking. And if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear to be able to comprehend what the Lord is saying, consider yourself blessed, bro. Because hey, something like this goes over the head of the normal people. Now, the scriptures tell you in Daniel the 12th chapter that knowledge shall increase. So yeah, you're gonna see videos of certain people bringing things out, which is why we understand why the devil came after TikTok, man. Because TikTok was a main avenue where people are beginning to bring out truth on, man. Really, all these social media apps, period. But that's another reason dealing with this whole MOTB structure where they talk about what social media needs to be regulated because you mentioned the digital ID earlier. Now they want to link your personal information with these social media apps now, man. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. All these things eventually are going to require you to sign in with your actual ID so they can know who is behind these accounts, man.
Hmm. It's always dealing with like some type of bullying.
Yeah,
One people being taken advantage of. How this is affecting people's lives. We need a solution. Now with all this, government spending, which everyone knew. Why the hell does a block of cheese in the government cost $300? That's just a that's not that's just an example. That's not a realistic, statistic, but everyone knew what we've been knew that. Now that it's coming to light, now everyone's, you have people crying for this blockchain technology. You have people crying for the NWO, the image of the beast, right? And they don't even realize it. They don't even know what they're crying for. For Esau Edom, the devil, the main culprit that's been doing these things behind the scene to have more control. We need to give him more control. It's all, people are, very low level. People are very based. They're actually told what to think. And he's so crafty with his deception. They're told what to think and they believe it is their idea.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, brother.
Like you said, they want to. They're giving the people what they wanted, right? They purposely put Biden and the left, in office. All right, and Biden fucked the country up, for those 4 years. And what happened? People begged to get Trump back in, and when Trump is not the same Trump that was in office 8 years ago, man. But they're all. Can somebody get that revelation about the two wings of the same bird? Speaking of the lamb and the dragon, because this is what people are going to soon realize is that you just like Biden, you are getting what you asked for, man.
Yeah.
You wanted Biden in office when Trump was in office the first time, and what happened? The Lord gave you what you wanted, and what did Biden do? He made the world nasty. He made the world terrible.
Mm-hmm. And there was some, I can't remember what policy, but there was one policy that Biden, did during his administration, and Trump is just bringing it, revamping and just bringing it back out. Showing that it's always been about the same agenda. Oh, with the whole advancement, the capital M to the R to the A. I'm sorry, to the N to the A.
Oh yeah.
You had, Biden was pushing that. And this nigga day one is bringing out these Starlink characters. And why is it a 5-year plan? Why couldn't they administrate it to do a 4-year plan? So we don't know what the hell is gonna happen with these next, few months of Babylon the Great to years. We'll see how long Yahweh Shema Shai has us here. But it's very diabolical.
Okay. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11. It reads, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon."
Right. So Esau Edom set up the left and the right, all right, to make it seem like to the common folk out there that these are two opposing sides. But this has always been the playbook. When you go back into ancient Rome, you had the plebeians and the patricians. Today, in today's time, you have the Republicans and the Democrats. They seem like they are opposing sides, but they're two wings of the same bird, man. So what it was done as a strategic method to pretty much, like you said, make them beg for the new world order. So they put Trump in the first time, because you got to understand, no president is put in office without a purpose. Everybody that's elected is actually selected to be put in there for a specific role. So Trump was put in there to rouse the people up, all right, get them Edomites kind of pumped up, and then Biden was put in to kind of quell Esau, rouse Jacob even more, because now Jake was feeling themselves. And then as you see all of the bullshit that Biden was pushing, all right, the nasty movement, giving Jake all these fucking free passes to be degenerate and whatnot. Now that Trump's back in office, what's he doing? He's quote unquote correcting what the left fucked up. So now these Edomites looking at you, Jakes, as everything that's wrong in the country is your fault because you wanted Biden to be in office. You pushed for all these things, and then when Biden gave you the opportunity to do what you wanted to do, look what you did with it. All right, this is why he did away with the DEI or whatever it's called, and all the things that he's attacking, all the benefits that Biden put in place for Jake, because they're gonna make you the scapegoat to bring forth this race war. Because let's not forget that is part of policy too, man. Hey, Esau is gonna come against Jake, man. All right,
Yeah, class wars, civil unrest. You know,
exactly.
and it's rich versus poor. Jake just niggas just happen to be all the niggas just ninjas. They just the poor.
By design. That's like that
Yeah,
on purpose.
Exactly.
yeah. But it said, read it again, Corner Boss.
Oh, God. Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he spake. It's like, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Yeah, like he two horns like a lamb. So these plans come as if they're good for the people.
Right.
That's what the brothers going into the last 4 years. It seemed as okay, all these people, it's gonna be good for you. This is gonna be good for you. All to now. Now these draconian measures are. We can see these draconian measures coming. That blockchain ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm.
The system of tracking is people are so much better. And then you have apps now where people have subscriptions. People can't keep up with their finances. People are in debt. Maybe if I just had everything on the blockchain and it was just explained better, and it could help me out. Like, people are going to be crying for these systems to be part of, their lives and, their way of life.
Right. They're going to
So
look at it as a means of salvation.
that's right, brother.
These things, these conveniences, right, is how they get people tied into this system because they've put you in a position of being conditioned to accept all these things, man.
Yep, that's right. You gotta like listen to this man, because I'll say that off camera. Go ahead, but you brothers got it.
I got a quote real quick. Another one for the fourth industrial revolution. Klaus Schwab says, "My concern, however, is that decision makers are often too caught in traditional, linear, and non-disruptive thinking, or too absorbed by immediate concerns to think strategically about the forces of disruption and innovation shaping our future." But the point that I wanted to get out of there was that these people are no longer thinking about being non-disruptive, right? You see what Trump did in the first week or two that he got in office,
Yeah.
and he shook the whole ship up. He shook it all up, man. Right? Everything he's doing, going back to these draconian, or he spoke as a dragon, right? This is what we're seeing take place, is that disruption is starting to take place to lead to that autocratic chaos that they're going to use in order to bring forth all these measures, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, because he's saying that America is going to be great again. That's that peace and safety. People really believe. We'll see. Maybe people do have more money in their bank accounts. Maybe inflation does go down. Who cares? This is a fiat currency. If they don't keep the printers going, the system's gonna crash. So eventually, inflation, as the scriptures say in Revelation the 6th chapter, hurt not the oil, the wine. Because hyperinflation is coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's prophecy. There's no escaping it. Once they took the dollar off the gold standard, which they made the U.S. dollar as good as gold, and now that it's off the gold standard, now the fiat system, it's basically a Ponzi scheme. So if they don't keep printing money, the whole system's gonna crash. So we can only the elites, they don't want deflation. Where everything goes back down to zero and everyone starts over. No, they want hyperinflation where everything comes more expensive, and the wealth gap between the rich and the poor only increases, which that's prophecy, the Revelations 13-16. You bros got it. I don't have anything else, so you bros got it.
Did you want that Ezekiel 21, priest?
Yeah, you can get that. We'll probably close with that. I don't really have nothing else either, so we'll get that.
It's it's like Ezekiel 21 and verse 18, and it reads in my sword. The title of it is "The Sword of the King of Babylon." It says, "The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Also, thou son of man." Oh, I think let me jump down.
I think it's verse 9.
Yeah. It's verse 9. It says, "Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Yeah,
It
can I
contendeth.
say something real quick? Because you had this, you had this Edomite, Abraham Lincoln. He said, if I had 4 hours to cut down a tree, I would spend 3 hours sharpening my sword. So when the Lord, when this thing really, hits, it's gonna hit fast.
Right.
Like the Apostle Elder Tahar always say, once they bring in that CHIP, prophecy is gonna start going. We're in the we can see the troops coming. See, like when the watchman stands upon the high tower, the civilians are in the city. We're blowing that trumpet. If you don't believe that we can actually see the opposing army, who are trying to, pull down the walls, and you don't run to that strong tower, that's prepared for times of war, you're gonna be finished. You got it. You seen Attack on,
right.
broke down
Attack
the
on
wall.
Titan, Game of Thrones. Yeah, like
Uh,
Game of Thrones, like when they storm that castle, all the people that's in the courtyard, they get mowed down, man.
Exactly.
So it's that's what's going to happen to these people out here, man. Esau Edom, as the scriptures say, he's going to be like a madman sparing none.
God. You have that these because what they say, art represents reality. You have that TV show or that anime show, Berserk. That show was that series was called Golden Age, and that led to basically finding out that the devil was the god of the earth. And it was just things just got worse and worse. Once a wicked ruler comes into power, and Esau Edom has been that wicked ruler in power. A sword is being sharpened, for war. And ultimately, war, to nuclear destruction. There's nothing left in Babylon the Great. It's time to turn to the stronghold, and repent, and understand that there's safety with the Lord. That's why we bring out the scriptures, on watching, exhortation, the standard that's going to be lifted. Those are times we're in. But all those who don't want to repent and get right, you're going to be found on the wrong side of history. At the end of the day, you're going to be found on the side that rejected the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai, and you wanted Caesar to be your king. You guys got it.
Con, I got a pretty good. You have some more, Cornwall?
That was pretty much on that. Yeah.
Okay, Con, I'm good. This is Psalms 140:1. It said, "Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually they are gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips to lie." It's just keep that serpent keeps coming back up, through the spirit, because the Most High is warning us to be on the watch for this man. Because look, Sirach, the 10th chapter, or Sirach, the 12th chapter, speaks about never trust thine enemy. But if you go down a little bit in that chapter, it talks about if they be tricked, pretty much you're not supposed to feel sorry for somebody that's bit by that serpent, because he's showing you his fangs, man.
Right.
Them fangs are that poison is you see it dripping, man. So everything that we're warning you about, these things are being made known. All right, so we're asking for that protection from that, man.
I got it.
It says verse 4.
That's why.
Go ahead, out.
It's Sirach 12.
No, go ahead.
It says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh a wild beast?"
Right, and if you people get deceived by what this man is bringing, man, hey, that's going to be onto your own detriment, because as the watchman, hey, we were warned, all right, to let you know the sword is coming, man. All right, so when that sword does come, your blood is going to be off our hands. But if you continue to stay ignorant and not take heed, then your blood is going to be upon your own head, man. All right,
Yeah.
but we did our job, man.
Yeah. because
You know,
all these movies come out. iRobot. You know,
Mhm.
we're already in those times. Shit. I know brothers that got
Literally,
cars that cars drive themselves. You be on the highway, they got the adhesive cruise control. The damn car drives itself. You just gotta keep a hand on the wheel. You have a Ready Player One, which a lot of these tech
yeah,
companies, they hide under the idea of, oh yeah, we create gaming computers. You know, man, yeah, because people they have the augmented reality, the Google goggles. Life is so bad that they're putting on these
immersion.
goggles, virtual reality, and people think that, yeah, I'm gonna be able to stay home all day and play games like that. No, this man just wants you off the earth. He wants
Right,
you gone.
right.
People really believe, okay, yeah, we'll be able to stay home, we'll get paid, we'll have this great life of just doing as thou will. But no, that's why they destroyed the Georgia Guidestones, to kind of get out of that his agenda out of people's minds, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Now that's looked at as a myth because what he's done is hijack the human experience, man. Because like you said, he's made everything to where he wants you to be immersed in this fake world. This is why you. This is why you have. This is why you have a television. This is why you in your house all day. This is why he gave you video games. This is why he gave you all the things to keep you from living the true human experience that the Lord put us on this earth to live, man. That's what this new world order is all about: is putting you in a perpetual prison, and he'll have complete control over you forever, man. So this is why we're asking the Lord for deliverance and protection from this shit, because we see that if you're not for being a slave for this man's new world order, he's going to kill you, man. And that's just what it is.
Good. Did you have any more on that? God,
Like,
I got one more. This is St. Luke 12:2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Right? So there's nothing secret, that shall not be known and come abroad. The Most High, brother GMS, no excuse. The Most High isn't giving our people any excuses. The
right.
prophets have shined the light on this man's diabolical plans on, and what really is coming, based on, contrary of what he's telling you that's gonna come, and you can take the message and believe it or not. We can go on all day about what this man is really planning, because it just is grim. There is no hope in Esau Edom's world. There's already a dark shadow cast upon the world. You people are already in gross darkness, and just like they tell you in the Matrix, a lot of these people don't want to be woken up. These people want to stay in this gross darkness. All they that hateth the light, they love evil. And there's a judgment for that. You brothers got it.
Bible shall read verse 3.
Yeah. Y'all don't even know what I just read. Oh, Luke 12. I closed the sword. It's locked. Yeah. This is Luke 12:3. It says, therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops.
And that's what's happening right now, man. Right? The prophets are, through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, proclaiming these things upon the housetops. As if we're in the watchtower, right, shouting out to those, right, giving that warning from what we're hearing, come from the closets, as it says, or come out of that darkness, right? We're proclaiming these things that are being brought to light,
Yeah. Yeah, Elisha, they were like, how does everyone know what we're saying in our bedchambers? There was a man of God, Elisha, that's telling the secrets, telling your secrets to the king of Israel. So when we come on and do these lessons and, starting with the apostles and the elders on down, and say things through the spirit, the elites are watching our videos. How do they know how do they know that was our next move? The Lord has revealed it onto us, what your next moves are. right? And we're here to warn our people and, to give them, the message of, repentance and the gospel, the good news that there's a victory over this man system, what's coming. And, there's no
That's
need
right.
for us to fear. You guys got it.
That's it, man. So hey, you brothers and you sisters that that's believing wholeheartedly in this truth, man. Just hey, keep the faith, man, and stay strong, man. We good as long as we continue to believe in the Lord. We're gonna be fine, man. Hey, the name of the Lord is the strong tower, and the righteous runneth into it. All right, so hey, we just gotta continue to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and the devil's gonna be overthrown, man. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You have something else?
No.
All right, so that we're gonna close it out. We want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect. Until next time, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Wow.